Man, so two of hip-hop's biggest hit makers are at odds in regards to their outlook on how you should end your career or leave gracefully at some point in time, and that is T-Pain and Drake.
T-Pain calls out Drake for ignoring his own advice about exiting the music industry.
Now, T-Pain said some things, and now we're hearing a response from Drake, and Drake feels like it's coming from a place of resentment.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. T-Pain called out Drake, and Drake actually fired back. This is what reactors had to say about what T-Pain said, Drake's response, and why people are picking sides right now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, T-Pain says something to Drake. Drake responded, and it's about retiring from music. So
this went down on the Crash Dummies podcast. T-Pain was talking about something Drake once told him years ago. He said, "One thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words." Drake said, "I want to be one of those people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out."
Hold on. You heard it. No. The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing, one thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Mm-hmm. Drake said, "I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out." I have ever since said, you really thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something. Yeah. Let me know if you heard it. Yeah. Drake is like, "No, listen. Okay, I got another one. Hold, check this out."
And then T-Pain added, "Ever since then, I've said, yeah, you really should do that. Me, I'm out this shit. I did what I came to do. But Drake, he's still out here chasing trends, trying to be everywhere. Music, YouTube, Twitch, sports, everywhere. He couldn't disappear and let people miss him." Basically, T-Pain called him insecure, claiming Drake keeps dropping music, hopping on trends, and can't let his work speak for itself, like Kendrick or Beyonce.
If you imagine Drake watching this, it's low-key shots fired. It's low-key is shots fired. Like he said, you put out this, they don't like it. You put out that, they don't like it. So I think he's referring to the last album, Some Sexy Songs for You, The Party Next Door, and the 100 gigs or whatever. Like, so he said, like, you put out a whole bunch of stuff to Tumaza. Is that what you refer to, T-Pain? Your next stream gonna be good. They're gonna question you about this.
And I'm gonna keep it tall. When you find yourself in a back and forth with T-Pain, something's wrong.
He's saying that's how T-Pain is saying that's how he bowed out, basically.
This is literally what we've been saying on both ends of this battle. The people that hate Drake and the people that love Drake have been saying for years, hey, Drake, disappear for a second, let people miss you, and then come back. Oh, he couldn't do it. He could not do it. And that just goes back to, he still has the hustle mentality where his music is not impactful enough to just sit on his own. I think he's extremely insecure about the art that he's creating.
And honestly, a lot of hip-hop heads been saying this for years. Now, you know Drake's not the type to let shots like that slide. On Instagram, he posted, "This guy always had a resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name." It's rare for Drake to respond like this, especially to a vet like T-Pain. That's when you know it hit a nerve. Then Offset from Migos jumped in to defend Drake. He called T-Pain's comments diabolical and basically said, another grown man salty because he ain't getting numbers like that anymore.
He's the person that he said, he didn't want to be. And I learned that from him. Like when he said that, I want to gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I was like, you know what? I'm out this bitch.
This is live shows now.
I'm out this motherfucker. I'm not trying to impress y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about live or die.
I'm gonna keep it all the way solid. That is 110% true. Drake did say that. And if I do remember, if I don't remember that exact quote, I've been listening to Drake his whole career. He said a whole bunch of stuff about that. He's made fun of a lot of older rappers for that same thing. You know what I mean? There's lyrics all throughout his career where he's talking about people not letting off the throne, all I see is the crown, the throne is for the taking. Watch me take it. Talk about the old heads colluding together. He's always done that.
People that I've watched as the years have gone on, it's a really addictive, competitive space, and oftentimes you're like addicted to the competition itself, and so you'll like.
I mean, going back bar for bar, addiction, being addicted to the competition. And sometimes when people speak, they kind of say things that and make it like a general statement when it really maybe is just how you're feeling.
Never have we seen a rapper in the history of the motherfucking genre come out here, lose a rap battle, and sue the label. We've never seen somebody out here completely suppress other artists to this magnitude, to where it's, if you say anything against me, I'm gonna get your shit shelved.
You are literally hurting something in the art of hip hop, so you literally drew a line there. It's not even that hip hop threw you out. You threw yourself out. Now, there's gonna be people who make the argument that hip hop definitely threw him out for it. But if you ask me, hip hop didn't throw him out yet. They didn't respect, the respect level diminished, but the lawsuits is when you're like, yeah, you're not a rapper anymore, bro.
Basically, what he's saying Drake should be, I guess, progressing into in the latter parts of his career. Now, of course, when it comes to Drake and the position that he's playing in the industry right now, it does feel like he's in that kicked out type of position. Not necessarily from the music industry, but from a hip hop culture standpoint, from a partaking in rap battles standpoint, from a good sportsmanship standpoint, all of those areas, he's being kicked out.
This is literally what we've been saying on both ends of this battle. The people that hate Drake and the people that love Drake have been saying for years, hey, Drake, disappear for a second, let people miss you, and then come back. Oh, he couldn't do it. He could not do it.
Now it's turned into a whole hip-hop debate. Look, here's my honest opinion. T-Pain didn't lie. He wasn't clout chasing. He's someone who's been to the top, fallen off, rebuilt himself through streaming, podcasts, and real-life connections. He's speaking from experience.
But all I know is I don't hear a lot about T-Pain musically. Like I know he's kind of a, like, you know what I'm saying? He into kind of like what we do now. Like he don't really be doing music as much as he probably could. And to me, T-Pain is a gem and he's been at the highest of highs with music, and he's been at the lows, and I think he's been around enough to talk about it. He's worked with everybody. He's written for people. So I feel like he's a gem in the sense where if he's saying something, you probably want to listen to it.
And I'm gonna keep it real, T-Pain barring right now. T-Pain barring. That is what happened to Drake. And that is what's happening to Drake. His lack of ability to kind of gracefully bow out is making everything worse for him.
Are you saying that Drake should retire right now? That Drake should be done right now?
The number one thing I feel like that came from this battle that everybody should learn when to concede your loss. And just because you concede a loss does not mean you conceded the war, right? You don't have to concede the war because you concede you lost this battle, right? You can come back later, regroup. But what Drake is doing, and it seemed like this since the battle, since the 100 gigs, it don't seem like he's as calculated. It don't seem like he's as plotted. It seems like they're throwing stuff against the wall, seeing what sticks, and a lot of stuff is not sticking. I'm going to keep it tall.
But that goes against what he was saying too. If he's done right now, he was forced out the game. You don't want to leave right now. If anything, you drop the lawsuit, get that figured out, or make us understand what's going on with that. Because I'm gonna keep saying it, it's a bad look for rap, hip hop, battle. It's just a bad look overall. So you make us understand that, or drop it, and then you drop Iceman.
If anything, he can't exit on an L, right? Like he can't leave on this type of L. He has to create some. If he exits now, he looks weak. He already looks weak. But If he leaves now, it looks worse for him in my opinion.
And this point about Drake chasing trends and staying too visible makes sense. That constant hustle, instead of stepping back and evolving like Kendrick is doing, makes you vulnerable. And for Drake stans going wild calling T-Pain washed or bitter, bro, auto-tune is auto-tune because of T-Pain. There's no Drake doing R&B hooks without T-Pain's blueprint. So now, what y'all think? Is T-Pain right? Should Drake take a break? Or should he keep flooding the game like he's doing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and I'll get y'all in the next one. Peace.